I found that God needs to break you. At least he needed to break me to make me into the beautiful vision that he is having for me. It's a series of being broken. I use in one of my books, I use the analogy of a wave coming in and breaking itself on the rock, and it comes up and you can see the rainbow of colors there. And so that's how he has been in my life, is I pound myself against him, saying, I want it this way, I want it this way, and he breaks me of my own will, that he can become that beautiful thing, and he make me into something beautiful.
So what was it? Because I know for all of us, you know, it is that idea of a dream shattered, or a dream that has not come to fruition, or a dream that actually you feel has died. And what was it? Because, you know, I think that's at the core. Even for me, there's things in my own life that I've wanted to happen. I wanted, you know, I have some regrets and things, and I've had to kind of like, it's been a hard struggle to realize that dream hasn't happened.
For me,
it hasn't come.
For me, it was Mother's Day, of all things. You know, we're talking about mothers. It was one Mother's Day. My husband was doing the worship leading, and I had to show up to church. Oh, not happy. I was like, okay, fine. All the mothers were brought up with all the roses and carnations, and I was sitting there, like always, like every year, in the back with the men and the children, thinking, look at me, it's only me. And that day, I decided I'm going to sit in the very back because I don't like it. And my husband had chosen a song that I didn't know about, My Jesus, I Love Thee. And there's a line in there, if ever I love thee, my Jesus, 'tis now. And God broke my heart with that song. Now, when mothers are being honored, when all my dreams are shattered, when you haven't done for me this one simple thing that I've wanted, God was whispering, can you sing it to me today? Today will you sing to me? I thought, oh, I don't know. But then I started little by little to sing, and tears coming down my face, singing, if ever I love thee, my Jesus, 'tis now. If you never give me a child, I'm still going to sing this song, and you're going to be enough. Somehow. I don't see how it's going to happen. Somehow, God, you will be enough.
And what happened after that?
Shortly thereafter, I got pregnant with my first. It was I think I went the next week and found out I was pregnant.
Wow.
It was after those 11 years of every month
but
not
really
being
just
pregnant.
submitting, just dying to yourself. Right?
Dying.
Yeah.
The road has been hard, all the way. But can we show the picture of what you're enjoying today? Your biggest surprise came at the age of 40. You don't mind me saying that?
No, I
Marlo.
don't.
What happened?
Well, we had more treatments to do, and we ended in 4 miscarriages, and we were done. We had our 4 little girls, and we just miscarried and miscarried. And I thought, wow, we're going to end this journey with 4 painful miscarriages after I told God anything but miscarriage. And he said, well, guess what? Again, your plans are not mine. And I gave away all of our kids' stuff and got pregnant for the first time in 20 years. We're able to have a child naturally. And there he is.
Help.
Little
no
boy.
helper but God.
He's 5 months old.
Wow. What's his name?
Jaden.
Oh,
Jaden.
And what does that mean? Must mean something. All your kids' names mean something.
God has heard.
Oh.
So Marlo, what can then family and friends do when someone's journeying through this? Because I think if 1 in 6 couples are dealing with this, that means that we are all affected. We all know somebody.
We all know someone.
So what is the best way for us to support and help during that process?
I think the first thing is just know that it's a hard journey and don't try to lessen it with advice. You know, just relax, just adopt, just do this, just do that, or at least, the word at least, don't ever say at least. At least you have a good marriage, at least you have a good job. Because it hurts.
Count your blessings.
Yeah, count your blessings. I was like, oh, stop. Just be there. I mean, this program today, I'm just so excited to be here talking about infertility, to say, as Mother's Day is coming up, just to acknowledge the women that are going through this.
There's some that can't go to that Mother's Day service
No.
this Sunday. It's just too painful.
It is.
So just listen. I mean, you're just listening to them.
Send a note to anyone you know. You know, I know Mother's Day's coming up. No, it's hard. I'm here for you. You know, how are you holding up if they're going through treatments? How are you holding up? Those are really hard, and they are. They're so difficult. I so appreciated the women in my life that would come and say, how are you holding up, rather than how are those working for you?
Is that humiliating for the man as well?
Yes.
How are those working for
Very much. Yeah.
But Marlo, I mean, a lot of women who do go through these treatments come up with nothing, no babies. And
Most of my rounds, nothing, again and again.
yeah. What is your advice to those women who aren't? There are no 5 children there to celebrate.
Which was me all those years.
Yeah.
Hang in there. God has you on a path that includes infertility. Just like me, just like those Bible women, that He has chosen this path for you for a reason. And that was something that took me a long time to understand, that infertility was a part of the journey that He had me on, a part of His vision for my life. And it was okay, that He hasn't abandoned me in that, but has a purpose, has a reason for this. Grab onto Him, go through it, and you have to go through it anyway.
I
So
love your
see
line,
what you can
Marlo.
get.
You say the answer to infertility isn't having children.
No.
It's having faith.
Faith. I think that's big.
That's right.
And then you also continue on that where you say, and it's not about the children you don't have, but the husband that you do have. And you kind of have this beautiful, like lines in your bio of looking at what you have. And it's not at least you have this, is what you're saying, but it's you have a husband who's there. That's the
Love
person
him.
that love him. You don't have children, but you have faith in God that no matter what comes of it, kids or not, He's there. And I think that's such a beautiful reminder, for all of us to remember that, right? To kind of turn towards Him instead of turning to myself and my desires and dreams and my agenda, which I think I can control.
Yeah.
And I think, Nikki, you mentioned it, where a lot of times when things are not out of control or out of my control, then there's this big issue.
Yeah.
And I think that whole submitting to God, saying, okay,
And
your
you know
will,
what?
right?
Something I took away as well is, somebody that just happened quickly. I was very young when we had kids. I think everybody should read this because it gives you a different perspective, and it makes me realize. I finished reading a couple chapters just weeping, thinking, I need to be so thankful when I'm feeling frustrated. I've been on my own. My husband travels a lot. There are times when my fuse is so short, and I just, the one story where they talked about this couple sitting in a restaurant and they're having such difficulty conceiving, and this couple comes in and are so tense with each other, and the baby's crying, and they get up and huff away, and the woman is like, how can they be angry? They have a baby. I don't have anything. What's the matter with them? It was eye-opening for me. I thought, okay, this is a time to be thankful and reflect and be aware of these little people that are in my life. So I think it's a good thing for everybody to read.
I love it for people who are pregnant and don't want to be.
Oh, yeah.
I love to give this
So
book and say, here's the
true.
other
That's
side.
so
What a
true.
blessing a child is.
Yeah.
No one knows more than a woman who struggled with infertility, the blessing of a child and the miracle.
Well, Marlo, none of your journey has been wasted. This book is primarily a compilation of other people's stories: empty womb, aching heart, hope and help for those struggling with infertility. But you also, hot off the press,
Hot off the press.
in that 2009, a novel, If Tomorrow Never Comes.
I love that book because it looks at the infertility journey from a couple's perspective and how to draw together as a couple and not allow your own dreams to come between you.
This has been rich, and I'm sure encouraging for many. We all need to be sensitized to this issue because so many are not talking about it. We want to be able to come alongside in an appropriate way. Well, God knows about your desperate need. Maybe this isn't it, but He is longing to fill the ache that you're experiencing today with Himself. You know what God says? He says, those who hope in me will not be disappointed. Now, I couldn't have said that to you, Marlo, maybe at about year 10 or 15. That would have been rubbing salt into the wound. But would you say that that is true?
But it's true, even if we had never had any children in the latter half of our 20 years, it's still true. Absolutely. It's God's plan for every person. It's so unique, beautiful, and He wants that, what He's planned for each of us.